there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. As promised, after my last mixed media fun page, I would show you how to draw a ballerina. So what I did was I did a few sketches in my journal with my inktense block. So here's one that I did. That was kind of, I think I was looking at a Degas painting when I did that and this. So kind of have that, they kind of have that French impressionistic feel. Then I went and looked at a few photos, and I did this, and this is similar to what we're going to do today. And let's see, I'm just kind of flipping through and seeing the ones that I drew. I just kind of threw them in here and there. This was kind of fun too, again with the blocks. I'm actually going to use watercolor crayons today because I think that they'll be a little bit easier to sketch with. I actually did try filming these as I was sketching them, but I wasn't happy with the way it was coming out. And also I decided that I wanted to show you the image I was drawing from so you could kind of see how to break it all down. So I found this photograph on Wikimedia. They have free to use images there, so that's what I like to do if I'm going to be sketching from something that's not my own photograph or not something I'm witnessing. So that's where this came from if you want to find the exact same picture with a dark background. It doesn't print out the best, but you'll be able to see the basic shapes there. I'm just going to sketch over here, and I'm going to use a well, I want to make sure you can see it. I was going to use, if you're just sketching this at home, I would recommend using kind of like a light flesh color like this, or light tan, but I'm going to do something a little bit darker since I really want you to be able to see it. I'm going to use this brown here. So what I want to do is first find a line that's going to kind of incorporate most of the body. So I'm going to go with this kind of almost a curved C shape, kind of backwards C shape. Okay, so that's what I'm going to put in first, and also that will help me make sure I can fit all this on my page. And then from the C shape, I've got the leg, I've got this straight down leg underneath. Okay, so it looks like I have the letter Y here. This is how I start out when I'm drawing. I try to keep the basic shape. Now I want to make sure that I've got that arm kind of coming up, and I'm looking at the negative space, and it's really easy to see the negative space here because it's she has a light costume on, she's against a dark background, so you can really see the space around her. That's what I mean when I say the negative space. And then, so the negative space, if I look at this kind of shape in here, it looks kind of like a triangle. And I'll put, you know what, I'll put a link to this photograph, so if you want to go and print that off or have it on your computer screen, you can. So look, I can draw that little space in there, and that's almost a little easier than trying to work it out another way. So, you know, you might find that helpful if you are a beginner. Now I want to get this bottom leg in, so I'm just going to kind of flesh it out a little bit down to the knee. I'm not putting any great detail in here, especially since I'm using a dark color. I'll try to work this into my shadows. And then I want to get that toe that's kind of arched forward a little bit. And hopefully, I'm not making this too long, but if I am, I'm going to, I can deal with that later. That's why I don't put any real detail at the beginning, because I don't want to have something really detailed and then come to find out it's not what I want. So in for the neck and the head, I'm just going to get just a basic shape in there. I'm not going to add too much detail. And I've got the stomach and chest pushed out a little bit too much, so I got to bring that in a little bit. And then this back leg, so she's got her leotard there, and then the tutu is going to come out through here. So the back leg comes out, it's slightly arched up. Can you imagine being able to make your body into that shape? Isn't that gorgeous? So here I'm just going to get just try to keep the shapes as basic as I can. Get that pointed toe in there. It's a very, very smooth, easy shape. Okay, don't say, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a person. Say, look, I'm drawing lines and shapes, and that's where working with the negative space comes in handy, because instead of saying I'm drawing a ballerina in an extremely difficult pose, no, you're drawing lines and shapes and you're making marks, and it's a lot easier, I think, to handle it that way. So I have to tip that up a little bit to see if what I've got too long and too short. I've either got this leg too long or that one too short. I think I was right with my original line to make that a little bit shorter. So I've got to correct that. See, it's easier to correct it now before I have a lot of detail in there. So that's why I do it the way that I do it. That's also a little too thick. So I'll be thickening this one out a little bit more too as I go. Alright, so now for the dance skirt, I'm looking at this negative space in here, this angle. I'm going to put that in. Get that skirt, just a loose sketch here. And I want to get that arm in there. You don't see the other arm, but we'll get this one in there. I'll prop that back up again. It's kind of difficult to draw the way that the camera's facing down and I'm way back. I'm kind of sitting back. It's kind of, I can easily get distorted images when I'm trying to sketch. But I'm going to do my best. And if something's a little off, that's likely why. I've got my coat on. Oh my gosh, I just got back walking the dog. It is so cold out. I couldn't believe it. It's 45 degrees the end of May. This is craziness. And a little chilly down here. Came my furnace on. The arm back there and get the hands. Alright, and I just want to make sure that I have I think I need the chin a little bit higher. Head looking up. And she's got some little flu in her hair, and I just want to get just a basic shape of the jaw and the face there. All right, now I'm going to go in with some color. So we've got our basic sketch down. I'm going to go into some color, and I am going to use. I'm going to get the legs and skin kind of based in with this light flesh color. Just kind of fill in a little bit. I'm going to make the costume a little bit different, a little bit more colorful since I'm not working on a dark background. These Caran D'Ache watercolor crayons are nice. They're quite opaque and they will blend really well, so I don't have to worry about coloring, really filling in the tooth or anything. I know it's going to blend out and color really nicely. And I think I'll go back in with my darker color because I've been using that to sketch. Just give a little bit of shadow. Put some of that in the hair too. Looks like she actually has her bun is down low and she's got like a feather thing in her hair, it looks like. And just throw in some shadow. Drawing can really be fun and easy as long as you don't let yourself get too worked up and overwhelmed by the whole prospect of it all. All right, I'm going to grab some color. Maybe I'll use some pink, I think. Some shades of pink here. And I'm also keeping this sketch really loose because I want to get this done in a good amount of time so that you can try it. You don't have to spend too much time watching. You can draw it while it's still fresh in your mind. Some of that lighter color in there. I like the idea of that little spray of feathers, so I'm going to get that in there. And the shoes. I'm actually working, I had gessoed this page. I think I had spilled some stuff on it or something, or there was maybe ink from the page before that leaking through, so I did gesso this page. It'll be interesting to see how the paints liquefy on that. I got a water brush here. I think that I will use my round one though. And I'll start lightest to darkest. I'm just going to go in with in the flesh colors and get that liquefied. And for my art journal, I tend to keep more like sketchy illustrations. I usually don't spend too much time detailing anything. So yeah, I apologize for the big bulky coat in the shot. Just a little chilly down here, but not cold enough that I want to put on the space heater, but cold enough for a coat. Can you believe it? End of June. I'll be so ready for spring. It's a good thing I decided not to do my garden. It would have probably got frost last night. Oh, it's been a long winter. Very, very long winter. I'm ready for spring. I'm ready for spring. Here it is, almost summer. I hope we get a little spring. We had a nice Memorial Day though. It was like, and it goes from like being 75 degrees one day to 45 the next. It's kind of crazy. Now that arm is a little bit thick. So just so you know, if I was going to put a background in there, I would adjust that. I would paint over it and make it a little bit thinner. And And yeah, this is pretty much how I do it. It needs an ear in there. And let's give a, if I have a bucket of water, I will actually just rinse off my water brush as opposed to squeezing it and wiping it. But if you're out and about, or you don't have a bucket of water, or you're sitting at the coffee table watching TV while you sketch, you can just squeeze it out and wipe it on a towel or your jeans or whatever. I've been known to wipe my brushes if I'm just doing watercolor on my jeans. My friend Cindy calls it stamper's butt. She washes her stamp and wipes the stamp on her jeans. And it's funny. She's got to remember to always wear dark colors though when she's gonna go stamping. Yeah, that is a very colorful new outfit. She's one of my friends that's going to the stamping show with me. I'm looking forward to that. I know I'm talking about it all the time. I hope I'm not making anybody too jealous. It's an awful good time. Alright, now while this is actually, everything's wet, I can go in with my colors again. I can add some more detail if I want to. I could even go in with white and lighten things up if I want. But, you know, there you have it. There's a ballerina for you. You know, go ahead, find some pictures on the internet. Have fun, experiment with it. You'll get some really good ideas. And it would be near impossible to have a model pose for you like that. It'd be very hard to get a photo like this. So I'm so happy that people do share on Wikimedia, share their photos and let other people use them to draw from or whatever. But there you go. I'll put a link to this photo so you can find it. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you like this video. And if you have any questions about what I did here, go ahead and leave a comment and I will get back to you. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, happy crafting.